Why splitting the negotiator and valuer role has killed estate agency. Today I'm joined by Dave Gibbons, who is an estate agent extraordinaire from the Northwest and also an estate agency guru. Dave, you said to me before we switched the cameras on that you believe one of the biggest reasons why estate agency is failing is that we've split the valuer and neg role up. Why is that? Talk to me.
Okay. Breakdown in communications, lack of trust. I mean, a whole load of different issues. Yeah, I've got a big issue with this actually.
I agree. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
This came about in the early 80s when all the
Yeah.
corporates were buying the estate agents up, and it's a damn sight cheaper to employ someone on minimum wage.
Yeah.
And then there's some glory boy valuer or girl flying
Yes.
around. And the stats back this up, mate.
I can imagine. I've not seen the stats, but I would
The
imagine.
stats back this up. That those agents where there is one person dealing from doing the neg and the valuer role
Yeah.
combined, a personal agent, what would you call it?
A property broker.
Yep. Their exchange ratios are higher.
Yeah.
Their pound notes achieved are higher.
Yeah.
When I say exchange rate, the number of houses that they exchange on as opposed to get withdrawn.
Yeah.
Just,
Skyrockets.
and we're not talking little numbers here. We're talking decent numbers.
Yeah.
And the customer service, I mean, you move, win every fucking award.
Yeah.
And they're all personal agents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it was done just to save money?
God knows why it was done, Chris. Potentially we had some business guru back in the day that thought this was a great idea and they were looking at pounds and pence. But one of the things that they missed out on was one of the biggest words in estate agency, or should be, and it's trust. Trust is built on great communication. And one of the biggest things I see with estate agency at the moment, it kills me when I see listers getting paid to list, not sell.
Don't get me on that one.
So what you'll do is the lister goes out, they sign somebody up. In my opinion, it's pushing towards, or certainly making it easier to overvalue on properties and underdeliver. Somebody signs up with the golden boy, golden gal estate agent. Everything has been told to them on the day that it's going to be fantastic. Then they're handed to effectively what is an office junior role in any other business. It's the lowest role entry, I would imagine, neg. And these guys have never they shouldn't be called negotiators. What do they negotiate on? They generally don't negotiate.
You're right, because when was the last time an egg was sent on a negotiating course? I mean, that is essence our job. Anyone can put a bloody house on the market,
Yes.
but we are there to negotiate our fee. We're there to negotiate the package. We're there to negotiate the price, and we're leaving it to Floss.
Yes.
Nothing against Floss, but we're leaving it to Floss, who's had no experience on.
None at all. We're leaving this. So it's it's one of the biggest decisions any UK family is going to make, or UK adult is going to make, and it's buying and selling of property. It's the most
Will you
expensive
move from
asset.
one chapter of your life to the next?
100%. Huge consequences if you get it wrong. Huge consequences. We've got the financial burdens. We've got the area burdens. There's tons and tons going on. It's one of the most emotional transactions you will ever do, bar marriage, I would say, and having children. And
I would say yeah.
it's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's got to be up there. It's huge decisions. And what we're doing really is for the best part, and people aren't going to like when I say this, but we're sending out these shiny salesmen to tell them whatever they want to hear, to get that contract back, to hand it over to a 20-year-old numpty who doesn't know her arse from her elbow. And I just think it's absolutely crackers. For me, the way that I would run it, and I do run it, is we have a property manager or a property broker. The person that turns up at your door is the person that you're going to see all the way to the end, and they don't get paid until that house has been completed. So we will have it. We don't allow. If I was to sell a house, so here's the reason why we implemented it. If I was to sell a house, and let's say you came round as the lister, Chris, and told me it was worth 300k for argument's sake, and then my offers are coming through at 270, 275, I want to be able to speak to someone and say, well, Chris, why did you say this? Have you, and you're not there anymore. I want to be able to negotiate and speak with the one person that I've put my trust into and signed up with this contract with. And for the most part, in traditional estate agency setups, not in independents as much, it's ran in a way that the client is getting absolutely zero customer service. There's zero accountability for anybody in the team because the neg didn't get it on, the lister did. So if the price is wrong, whose fault is that? You know, it's the neg's job to reduce the price down. I just think that it's a very weak way to set up a business because it certainly leads to overvaluing, under-delivering, in my opinion, and it's one of the reasons why we're seen, to the most part, like traffic wardens in the industry.
Surely combining the neg and the valuer is going to be more expensive, isn't it?
Why would you say that?
Well, if I could either employ one valuer and 3 negs, or I might have to employ 3 valuer negs.
The valuer is the neg, it's a broker. I want somebody educated.
Yes, but that's going to cost me more money, isn't it?
Not necessarily, no.
Will I earn more though? I suppose you will actually.
You will earn more. You will earn more. So it costs you less. The less numbers of people in the establishment.
Yes,
the
because
less overheads.
a damn good valuer that's got 20 years should be able to do a neg
Negotiate.
with their eyes closed.
Exactly. So what we do is, and again, it looks, I suppose you've got to look at the key dynamic. What are the key things you're trying to do in your estate agency? You'll probably find that we don't target a lot of the stuff that most people do. There's like KPIs in our business doesn't work like that. It's the valuer's job or the broker's job to gain new business, get that business listed. It's there to help the client all the way through until offers, negotiate the offers, and then ensure that it goes through sales progression all the way to the end. That is their job. That is their promise. When I deal with you, you're going to deal with one person all the way along. Under that, we have an admin person that will help out with maybe some incoming calls. They don't do the outgoing calls, incoming calls, viewings, maybe a viewing specialist. We outsource quite a bit. Sales progression we outsource as well.
Yeah, I've had some nice arguments with people by saying outsourced sales progression doesn't work. They've got to have skin in the game, and there's got to be a connection between the departments so they trust each other.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get a bit of blame.
Yeah.
But if it's done right, outsourced sales progression, you don't have to be to a firm. It can be just to another person.
Yeah.
Is something, if done well, can be advantageous. I mean,
Hugely.
outsourced sales progression can get normally down to about 12 weeks, and the average is 19. So
Correct.
I think we can agree you can outsource that as long as it's done set. But the neg and the valuer, one role.
One role.
So is your conversion rate higher? Your fees are higher?
Fees are higher, conversion rates higher. Fees, we're a 1.5 plus VAT agent. Average fees 5k.
That's not bad in your part of the world.
It's really good. Local competitors, we're at least double, if not 3 times the competition. They range from 0.5% to 0.75%, and we're 1.5.
And your job is to ensure that your brokers, valuer, negs, as I would call them, are trained in such a way to get a story across to prove that you're worth the extra.
100%. And we prove that via the actions that we take. So I don't settle for average. I want to aim for as close to perfect as I possibly can do. And of course, that's a unique look to me. Everybody's look at perfect is different. But I would like to think our marketing, we spend the extra time and effort and maybe a few quid to make sure that that's right. What the clients are seeing is also good. You can't, if you want to charge 1.5% to 2%, you've got to be worth that, and you've got to be able to show the clients that. Well,
yeah, it's very easy to say charge more, but you've actually got to have what's in place.
You need the trust beforehand. It's all about building trust in this game. It's nothing about.
Well, people won't do business with people they don't trust.
100%. That's it. Yeah. So that's where we are with it. For us, I've always been from the brokering world. That was my history in a different industry. So I used to sell computer equipment all over the world, and it was my job to buy it, sell it, sort the logistics out, get it delivered, and make sure that customer was happy. I'm doing a deal with you, then it gets done. And if I need any help on the side, then that's down to me to try and get an admin person below me potentially, or a sales progressor, or whatever that is that suits the team. But right now, to show you how that runs and to give numbers to this, Samantha, who's our only salesperson in their only broker, she's doing anywhere between 8 and 10 a month on one person. I think that's fantastic, considering your EXPs and your self-employed agents of the world are anywhere between 2 and 3 properties a month.
Yep.
It's just not good enough, in my opinion.
Thank you for your time today, Dave.
You're welcome.